Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Kim Piazza.
And I'm Phil Arno, and it's Easter season.
It is.
All the traditions. Do you have traditions at your house for Easter?
We sure do. Yeah, we do. We do. Every Easter Sunday, we go to an Easter service, of course, right? I think most of Western New York does. And we do the dyeing of the Easter eggs. And we hide Easter eggs, the plastic eggs, not the real eggs. And in fact, there's a plastic Easter egg that I hid last year in my daughter's room that she still hasn't found. Because she's a teenager. You know, often they pick up and clean up their rooms, right? So there's still an Easter egg somewhere hidden in the recesses of my teenager's room. And another Easter tradition I brought along with me. One of my Easter traditions is the Easter bonnet. I always wear an Easter bonnet on Easter Sunday. And so I brought one to wear here, and I brought one for you.
Oh.
Matches your shirt.
Very good, thank you.
Easter bonnet for Phil.
Just
try it on. Goes up there. No. Or not.
It just got away from me. I can't.
It just got away from you. Okay. Yeah, right. Try to
Yeah,
start a new
we
tradition.
usually do Easter eggs too, but I think this year we're gonna color the cats and let them run around the house.
All right.
Easter is
Okay.
an interesting time of the year. It has it's one of the holiest times of the year, or if not the holiest time for Christians. And today we have Father Joe Roliano, pastor of St. Mark's and St. Rose of Lima.
Yeah.
And Father, welcome to the show.
Thank
We're going to
you.
talk a little
Thank you
bit
both.
about the significance of the holiday and some of the things that go on during Easter week.
The Holy Week.
The Holy Week. We have Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and of course today Easter Sunday. The Mass that you were referring to earlier, is that on Wednesday, did you say?
Actually, it's Tuesday of what we call Holy Week, and it's a big Mass in the diocese. It's the last diocesan gathering we have before priests go off to their parishes for their celebrations Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's called the Chrism Mass, and ours is held on Tuesday of Holy Week at St. Joe's Cathedral, which is any celebration there is just, magnificent. And it's for not only the priests of the diocese, but there's a lot of things that happen at this one Mass. Of significance to myself as a priest, we renew our vows. So it's kind of like an anniversary Mass for us. We renew our vows. And in Buffalo, there's been a great tradition where priests just scatter after the Mass for dinner to celebrate our anniversary, either before. Those who are getting older, sometimes we go out before the Mass, which doesn't start till 7, goes till about 9, and then sometimes we'll go out afterwards. So that's a great renewal for our vows. Bishop Malone this week, this Mass, he'll bless all the oils in these magnificent urns. It's a great part of the ceremony. And they're the oils that are used at all the parishes throughout Western New York, in all the parishes. So we'll come either to fill them up Tuesday night, or we'll return Wednesday or Thursday. The oils are available, and deacons or ushers make them available to us. So we replace the old ones from last year, and we put the new ones in. So that's part of that's the chrism that we refer to, calling it the Chrism Mass. Also, all the men and women who are in the RCIA process, who are preparing to be received at the church at the Easter Vigil, they kind of come for one, not all of them, but they're welcome to come, and they have one last dismissal before being fully received in the church. And they actually have a lesson in the basement of the cathedral. So it all happens at this one Mass, and the seminarians are there, and a lot of priests come out for it. So it's kind of a wonderful thing, and the music. It's a triumphant Mass, and then we enter into the solemnity of the Triduum beginning on Holy Thursday.
And this is your 30th anniversary of being a priest, isn't it?
It is indeed.
That's a celebration.
It is. I'm very excited. It'll be 2 weeks after Easter. So, yeah, very excited about that.
Very special, very special. The Catholics in the area, I attend at St. Greg's, and I noticed that on Christmas and on Easter, the church gets very crowded. But often it's not like that throughout the course of the year.
Yeah.
How do how do you deal with the twice-a-year Catholics? I mean, do you try and encourage
gosh.
them, or
You certainly don't
you don't
discourage
take them to task?
No, and I had 4 glorious years at St. Greg, so I remember those vast crowds. I think for Easter, since we're in Easter now, I think it's homecoming for a lot of people. The weather is hopefully changing eventually, but I just think it's a time that people want to go. Same with Christmas. I kind of tease my folks sometimes. I tease the crowd, saying, sorry you didn't get your pew this week, but you get it back in the future. But I like to make light of it because I like them to feel welcome. Like you say, you want to encourage them to be there, and hopefully they'll enjoy the celebration. They might just come back. I think for a lot of people, it's been a long time. And so I like to walk tenderly and gently on it because you don't want to lose them and turn them off. But I like to throw a few just a few gentle ones.
A little, hey, I see you. I see you on the holiday in the
see
pew
you
there.
Christmas.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
And of course, this is a Holy Week, so it's more than just Easter Sunday.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, with the exception of the Chrism Mass on Tuesday, normal. But we enter into the Triduum, starting with Holy Thursday, and there are no morning masses. There are no masses held, regular masses during those 3 days. The Mass on Thursday is typically in the evening, the Mass of the Last Supper, and that's held at the parish level and at the cathedral. And significant about that Mass, the theme is service. How Jesus taught the disciples, you have to serve others. You're not here to be served. So one of the great rituals we celebrate at that Mass is the washing of parishioners' feet, and it's very humbling. It's just I think it's a very sacred and wonderful opportunity. And we invite different people to have their feet washed every year. This year I'm going to have a number of people in my RCIA process, so I've asked them to come to that Mass and be washing their feet. So that's the only Mass on Holy Thursday. Good Friday, of course, no liturgy is celebrated, and we all have our different ways we celebrate the solemnity of, the tragedy and ultimate triumph of the cross. There's a solemn service at every church for Good Friday, and the Eucharist that was consecrated at Holy Thursday Mass, which goes on repose after the Mass for people to have a private kind of adoration if they'd like some private time alone before the Blessed Sacrament. Those consecrated hosts are then served on Good Friday at the service. Again, it's a quiet day. It's a solemn day, and it's without liturgy. The only day of the year, of course. We always teach our kids that the tabernacles throughout the world are empty and the vigil lights are gone, and that's really it. Some parishes have Stations of the Cross on Friday night. Some of us have parish fish fries, which we
especially in Buffalo. Well, it's such an important week, but we'd be remiss if we didn't ask you, how are things going with the Catholic Charities, with the appeal?
I understand the appeal has been going very well. I mean, we always need a boost, and we always Western New York always tends to come through, whether it's the 11th hour or not, but it's a busy time, and I think the appeal had a good week, to the best of my knowledge.
Yeah.
So,
but we want to keep reminding Western New York that the Catholic Charities Appeal is happening right now, and that your theme is Find Good Within.
Isn't it a great theme?
It is.
It's a great theme.
It is.
Yeah.
And I read on your site that every dollar that Western New York donates, that Catholic Charities are able to find matching funds of $3,
yeah.
which is just really, it's kind of exciting because every dollar that you give and here in Western New York is just multiplying.
It is, and more every year, Catholic Charities just reaches out to more and more people in the community. So it's a
tremendous service, and it does go all year. I mean, it
does. They'll be serving people all throughout the year, and even if people say, "Oh, I missed the appeal, it ended Palm Sunday," you can absolutely still participate.
Well, things are tough in the area, and it's hard for people to reach into their pockets and donate. But consistently, Buffalo has been the most generous. And when you think about it, a tank of gas or one less, dinner out would make so much difference to the community.
Absolutely. Yeah, they always find a way.
Yes, that's Western New York.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you want more information about Catholic Charities, you can go to the diocese website, you can go to the Catholic Charities website, and hopefully everyone will be generous.
Thank you, Father Joe.
My pleasure. Thank you both.